Hi, I'm Bob Bickle, and this is Allison. I'm the founder of RunSignup, and Allison heads our product strategy and stuff like that. We write a bunch of blogs at the end of each year, and we kind of cover kind of recaps of what happened in 2023, and we talk about what's coming up in 2024. And we go into a fair amount of detail. We put a fair amount of effort into it. So we do a webinar just to kind of cover the highlights of it. If you want to go deeper, go into those blog posts and so forth. In today's webinar, just feel free to post a bunch of questions in the question tab. And then after the webinar is over, we'll send out links to the webinar as well as this set of slides. So you don't need to take copious notes or anything like that. All right, so
just one thing. I just want to make sure that people can actually see our screen. If somebody could put in the chat or the question module that you can see and hear everything.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks. Right on it. Okay, so we'll cover kind of like the highlights of 2023, and then we'll go into 2024. And again, feel free to ask any questions. Johanna's on the line, and she'll be kind of cataloging your questions and then asking us towards the end. Or if you have something urgent, put exclamation points or all caps or something, and she'll interrupt us. So 2023 was a great year. It was actually our 14th year in business. We're actually starting the 15th year now. And from a financial perspective, you know, kind of really what drives our success is our customer success. And this is kind of probably the key performance indicator we have at our company is how much money have we helped our customers raise, you know, each year. 2023 was actually pretty momentous. We actually hit the $2 billion milestone on April 2nd. I'm actually kind of happy it didn't happen a day before. And you can see, you know, we've had really pretty nice steady growth. Even 2020, the dip that we took there was not as bad as it could have been, knock on wood. We had started the year off really well, and then we recovered very well thanks to you all with all the virtual races and virtual challenges, and we actually picked up a fair amount of market share during that time. When you think of us, we are a single company. We are a single platform. It's this, you know, big cloud service that, you know, has 2,200 database tables in it and a couple million lines of code and stuff like that. But what we've done over the past couple of years is expanded beyond just the endurance market. So think of the endurance market and RunSignup as our traditional business. It's our core business. It's what's made us successful, and it's going to continue to be, you know, very strong for us. We continue to invest in it, and as I'll talk about here in a couple minutes, it's kind of central to our strategy to kind of move into some of these other markets. So the GiveSignup market, we've kind of focused that over the past year or two into peer-to-peer events. Those are things like cycling rides, where there are fundraisers that have individual fundraising pages, and they're trying to raise money for the cause of the event. And then the TicketSignup business is kind of our newest business, and it basically is an easier to kind of lighter weight type of ticket buying process than what the RunSignup registration process is. And you can see in the RunSignup business, we probably have about 40–45% market share in the US in the endurance market. And so over time, we expect that curve to kind of flatten out and not have the same type of growth path. GiveSignup, you see a little bit of a dip this past year. That's kind of a false positive in that we actually had a really good year. And what happened is that we had probably a half a dozen $1 million plus peer-to-peer events actually commit to us and are going to be coming live on our platform this year. We're really pleased about our GiveSignup peer-to-peer business. That will even out. The line will kind of be a little bit more upward curve when we do this next year. And then the ticket business, it kind of doubled last year, but it's a very small volume compared to our endurance business. But it represents enormous opportunity. If you look at Eventbrite, they're 10 times our size. So if we keep doing a good job with our technology, we think we can continue to kind of grow in each of these areas, and that's kind of our goal. Recovery and growth. So the chart on the left is overall race participation. And what we do is we take the data from all the races that were on our platform in 2022 and total that each month. And then the same set of races on our platform in 2023, and we total that. And this allows us to do a really good analytical look at, you know, how our registration trends happening. And in our trends, our big trends report, which will come out in a couple weeks, what will happen is you'll see that we're about back to 2019 numbers in 2023. But I think that there's a good feel overall in the market that kind of races are pretty much back to normal, which is really great to see and to experience. On the right-hand side, you see kind of the key metrics that we show each year and show the amount of growth that we have over both 2022 and 2023. You see that, you know, if you look at the 2019 numbers, we've had really pretty significant growth since that point in time. So we're pretty fortunate that all of our customers kind of stuck with us through the pandemic and have been recovering and basically recommending us to their friends. So we appreciate that. Technology platform. This is another kind of key. It's really the underpinning for our company. As I said, we have, you know, one single platform that everything kind of runs on, which we've invested tremendously in, and not only in terms of availability and security and things like that. Knock on wood, we've only been down 4 minutes since 2015. But we actually do a couple thousand releases every year. So as you all are using our website and in the dashboard or signing up for a race or whatever, our system is actually getting upgraded between your clicks. And we're able to do all those releases and not affect anybody, which is kind of one of the true marvels of our system. What we also have been doing is kind of improving our development processes over time, improving the quality of code reviews, and integrating testing directly into our code deployment process. So when code reviews happen, say I finish a piece of code, hand it over to Allison, what happens is it actually goes through these, you know, thousands of tests to make sure that we haven't screwed anything up. And
well, so, fortunately for everyone, we're not actually doing any code.
Oh, fortunately, yeah. We write blogs. Our job is to write blogs. The other really interesting thing to talk about here is this investment in this next gen version 2. Internally, from a technical perspective, we call it generic entity strategy that we came up with several years ago and started to work on. And this actually feeds into that business idea of being able to expand beyond just RunSignup and endurance into tickets and into GiveSignup with peer-to-peer events. So basically the idea is that when we're building kind of a new version of one of the pieces of our platform, we do it in such a way that it becomes generic. And that means it can be used by all the different pieces of our platform. And there's kind of a list here of email v2, which people on the Reg platform have experienced over the past year. Image gallery, which is part of email right now and is about to become part of website v2. Website v2, which has been part of tickets, but is about to become part of races. This next generation store that's part of tickets that will come over to races. What's kind of interesting is you look at all of these components here. We have this new next generation membership platform that we're coming out with to replace clubs that I'll talk about in a few minutes. But it's using all of these things and it made our ability to push out memberships so much faster. And this is really powerful for us. It just saves tremendously on our development time. It means that we've got these 3 sources of revenue that we can use to pay for our software development. And when we put a new feature into email, there's really no extra work for us to make that email feature available on races and on tickets and on GiveSignup and on memberships soon. So it really is an investment that we've been making. It's going to become more and more visible over the coming year or two as some of these more generic entity components come in, and kind of it's a little bit like a snowball rolling downhill. Like the further we get, kind of the more momentum that we have moving forward. Let's see, next slide. So if you look at the RunSignup oriented product recap here, things have been going really well. We've pushed out a lot of technology to our endurance customer base this past year. So we did a whole refresh on race renewals, which was it was actually something that our customer advisory board had a big request for in 2022. That was kind of their #1 request. So we got that done. We got next gen waivers put into place so that you could have multiple waivers in registration. We did a refresh on custom questions. We kind of added a new type of insurance. We switched providers and just made it a lot more cost effective for customers. And it's actually a revenue driver for a number of our customers. I think in October we crested $20,000 that our customers made off of offering insurance when people signed up. Google Analytics 4, bunch of updates on graphs. We actually had a project to kind of redo all of our help pages in our support system. So if you've seen those, kind of animated GIFs where you see a screen and it updating and so forth, that was our support team that did all of those great features. Those are kind of the highlights on the platform. There were lots and lots of little things in addition. On the right-hand side is kind of the investments that we made in our race day technology. Kind of the big one was race day scoring version 4. And in addition to the big release of version 4, we actually had 42 separate releases of race day scoring. Kind of strategically, we see this as kind of the real next generation for timers to use for scoring software. There's a lot of old scoring software out there, including our own, the Race Director, and we think that this offers a really modern way for people to address their scoring needs in the future. Race Day Check-in, one of our most popular products, had 9 releases. We had some really nice feature additions, results kiosk and medical tent. Grouping kind of registrations together. So if you're part of a team or a fundraiser team, it's easier to kind of process those in bulk. The ability to kind of understand the multiple waivers and to be able to sign for them kind of in an electronic way. Our mobile timing app, which we kind of put out as kind of just to see if people would like it and use it. It actually came out of a university program with our university partner, Rowan University, and and it proved to be really it's becoming very popular, and it's kind of the next generation of the time machine. RaceJoy native maps, so that became a whole lot more efficient. People can go offline and not be connected to the cell infrastructure to be able to know that they're off course and things like that. We did a bunch of improvements to race day photos infrastructure from a performance perspective. We're up to 17 million photos that our customers host. And then we did some improvements to our results view. I think you're gonna take this slide and the next few.
So in addition to our RunSignup and race day product releases, we had some that impacted the entire platform. One of the really big ones was adding Apple Pay, Apple Wallet, and we actually also added a social share option where you could click to text on various places throughout the confirmation page and the website social share icons. All this just means that people can more easily sign up. It reduces friction, and it makes those on-site registrations even simpler, whether you're selling tickets or you are selling registrations.
I think we were kind of both surprised at the uptake of Apple Pay.
Yeah, so on tickets this fall, it was around 22% of all transactions were checking out with Apple Pay, and I think on our platform overall, it's hovering around like 17 or 18%. So it's really significant, and increasingly people using mobile, it just makes things easier. Both email V2 and websites V2 had a ton of progress made. A lot of the email V2 stuff is visible to everyone. Only website V2 is visible to ticket events and organization websites that are using that, but it's soon going to be available for races, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. One of the other really interesting things, and I think this is kind of really driven a lot by like the peer-to-peer fundraising success that we've had, is finding an easy, affordable way for people to move their data from the RunSignup, GiveSignup, TicketSignup platform to other systems that they use. And so we announced Zapier integration. We've partnered with an organization called Sidekick that's built a great number of custom integrations for organizations that don't want to DIY with Zapier on their own. So I think that's been really successful and have had some really good feedback from that. On the ticket signup side of things, we came out with a number of features that are listed here. Ones that I wanted to quickly highlight are season and event passes. So this is being able to support with the ticket app multiple check-ins and uses on a single ticket. So you can go 5 times to a swim clinic, or you can have an unlimited use pass to a concert series. The ticket app is one of our most popular features on TicketSignup, similar to how the race day check-in app is one of the most popular RunSignup features. It's built by the same team, so there's also a ton of efficiency and learning that we're able to put into the ticket app and just accelerate its development. One of the really cool features that we released this year is actually a waiver signing mode within the ticket app. We've also brought over a number of features that customers really like in RunSignup and wanted in TicketSignup. 2 of those that I wanted to highlight are Ticket Insights. It's the same as Race Insights, being able to get that data-driven information. And one of the really good things about that is when we add Websites V2 to races, we've got the infrastructure for our analytics ready to go. So there's no lag in being able to see all of that. The other is self-serve management. Races use this a lot with self-serve participant management, and we've brought these features over to TicketSignup as well. So being able for attendees to go in and move their ticket from one date to another date, or one ticket type like general upgrade to VIP without having to contact the event director is really powerful and smooth. So now we're going to focus on what's ahead. That was kind of a quick summary. Going into 2024, things are looking really good. We have a really strong product offering, and our next-gen generic entity approach really puts us in this position to ensure that every single customer, regardless of which pieces of the platform you're using on our system, you're going to get a ton of upgrades. Because the improvements that we're making to email, to websites, reports, like all these things benefit everyone simultaneously. Do you want to talk about pricing?
Yeah, so what's happened is that we've built a very, very efficient organization, and we can keep our pricing as it is and make a decent profit. And what's really interesting is that a lot of our competitors seem to be raising prices. So Race Roster did a major price increase, and Eventbrite did a major price increase and added subscription fees and things like that. And the pricing differential is quite substantial, so that a customer that's just looking for, you know, a registration platform, the not only are we better on the feature side, but the price performance ratio is just kind of out of this world.
Yeah, and kind of going along with that, we don't have any known like large events that are leaving our platform for another competitor. We have regular churn because events happen one time.
Yeah, as we are entering 2023,
Yeah.
we knew that Race Roster had been particularly aggressive and was paying customers to kind of move over to their platform. So we lost several customers to them, unfortunately. But we knew that going into 2023, so we can plan from a business perspective. Going into 2024, we actually don't have any known losses moving into 2024, which is nice.
Yeah, and RunSignup, the endurance industry, we've talked about this a lot before. You know, it's like $1 billion market, and we're continuing to see gradual growth there. With GiveSignup, we are strategically getting some large peer-to-peer fundraising events that we're able to really solve a lot of their challenging problems with complex events that also have fundraising and registration as part of them. And then with TicketSignup, we're just continuing to build market awareness. I think one of the things that's been really great over the past year is you know, more and more RunSignup customers and GiveSignup customers recognizing that we also do ticketing. And it's purpose-built for ticket events, and it's working well for them to use all parts of our platform. And then I think, you know, we've got this new product of membership coming out this year that also goes across all three of these brands, and is really going to create some interesting ways for our customers to upgrade existing running clubs, as well as do new things like collect memberships for nonprofits, for ticket events, integrate more easily with flexible ticket sales and registrations that are membership driven.
And we're an employee-owned company, so like we don't have some sort of master that's going to force us to do something unnatural or something.
So email V2, I did a webinar, I think like right before the holidays, talking about our transition plans. It's gone really well. This is one of the most widely used parts of our platform. We sent over 600 million emails for free in 2023, and some of those came from us. So this is actually just scrolling through one of our newsletters. If you get those, you probably all do, we're actually sending those from RunSignup. We were able to cut like $50,000 in email marketing costs that we were spending each year. We have email lists that are like 280K contacts, and it's just very, very easy. And actually, I think the deliverability as well as the display of our emails has just really improved. Our click-through rates have gone up, and we're just overall like really happy that we can use our own product. And I think that just provides so much confidence in what we're giving to our customers. Like, it's good enough for us to use it, and like we're really proud to offer this to our customers for free. Coming this month, we'll be doing a full transition to email V2. Last week we ran a migration, and we moved people that were using legacy email marketing email capture to email V2's email capture. Next week, we're going to do the same type of transition for people that are using legacy email marketing for automated emails, and we'll shift those to email V2 if they haven't already. I just want to reiterate, because I feel like I need to repeat this a million times, but all of your contacts from email marketing legacy are still available to you. You can access them at any time. All of your previously sent emails are going to be accessible. And if you want to rebuild something that you sent previously, you have the ability to do that. All we're doing is disabling the send capability and moving that over to email V2, which is superior in so many ways. The other thing that is coming this month, and I'm seeing it go through final code review right now, is the sponsor component. That was kind of the one major thing that was missing from email v2 that we needed to be able to support. And that should be live as that transition is happening. In 2024, once we kind of get through this whole transition period, we're really going to be able to leverage this really this next generation like email infrastructure that we've built to deliver really, really powerful and automated email capabilities. The first one is super list, which we've talked about a little bit. And basically a super list means you can both filter a list based on a variety of parameters from our system, as well as go across events efficiently. So an example would be if you have one fundraising event on our platform, you'd be able to create a list of people who have fundraised more than $500 in the past 2 years. If you are like a super user of us and you want to create a super list, you can choose the races that you want to select from, and you can add additional filters like everyone who participated in these 7 races, or one of them of these 7 and lives within 25 miles of the zip code is going to be part of this list. So really powerful capabilities there. And then with Superlist, we're going to introduce Email v2 into the partner dashboard. Email triggers is kind of going to build on the automated emails that we have today. Those are price increase, incomplete registration emails, and automated registration follow-up. It's basically just giving a new interface and more capabilities of triggers that can cause an email to be sent. So one example in tickets is like we're going to send emails to people 2 hours before their time slot begins, and it's going to be this email, and it's just going to run automatically. We're going to continue to enhance email analytics, and then hopefully this year we're also going to upgrade the fundraiser email, which is the ability for your fundraisers to send emails to Email v2, as well as volunteer email, and making that also have Email v2. So a lot of really exciting things, and really a really good plan for email. Websites also have a great plan. What we're going to do is introduce Websites v2 for events in Q1. This is going to be kind of like email, where you're just going to have a really long time to move over. We're not taking away any capabilities from your websites, like nothing abrupt or sudden is going to happen. You're actually going to be able to toggle back and forth between your current website and what Websites v2 looks like. So you have a lot of time to experiment and plan for this. I put some screenshots. Bob redid the website for the Scott Coffee Rotary Run. He kind of made it look exactly like a cover page does today, with like the blocky background colors and images. But there's so much more that you can do with these websites. He just has poor design skills. But like one example, if you look at the Strava component, which is one of the things that is coming soon, that interior banner, when you click on pages, you're actually fully able to like disable that, customize what it looks like, put an image as the background rather than a color. So just like a ton of design capabilities. And one of the ways that like I really am phrasing the progress that we've made with Email v2 and Websites v2 is that it's MailChimp / Constant Contact and WordPress / Squarespace, but purpose built for your events and free. Because in addition to having like that level of design capabilities and layout capabilities, you're also able to have the actual content be driven by what is happening in your event without having to make updates in a bunch of places. And it's free, like you're not paying anyone to do anything. So Websites v2, the big release will happen probably March, maybe April this year. The other thing that you'll see is Image Gallery, which we initially introduced in email. It's going to also be available when you add images in websites. Image Gallery lets you efficiently share your images across the different types of content that you're creating. We've also introduced system images, and kind of like the pre-built emails that we've introduced in email. The system images let you choose from a gallery of really nice images that we've purchased licenses to and have made available for all events. It just speeds things up, gives you more design options that are right there in front of you. We're going to continue adding components, and the one that we have the screenshot of here is a Strava map, which will be coming out with Websites V2. So that's going to be really nice for all of our running clubs and anyone that's a Strava user. And then we'll add next generation new website template options. Today you have like 2 options, and we'll add more of a library. And then we'll talk a little bit more about this in a bit. But one of the really big investments that will start probably sometime around this summer is actually doing multi-language support. So being able to detect if a user's browser language preference is set to initially just Spanish and French, and be able to support that on our websites. And we'll talk a little bit more about that.
So I'm kind of particularly excited about next gen memberships. We have had a club membership system for a decade or so, and you know, kind of when Stephen and I first did this, we were very kind of attuned to running clubs, and we're very attuned to the business opportunity for us and for the clubs of kind of cross-selling membership with races. So a lot of clubs will hold races. So encourage people to become a member while they're signing up for the race, and give them a discount if they do become a member. If they are a member, they can get a discount to the race and things like that. What we're finally getting to, we had started this project at the beginning of 2020, believe it or not, but something distracted us. But it's looking really, really good. I just put up another blog post a couple days ago that shows some of it, and I've got a sample membership website up and running that you can go to and play around with if you want. This hopefully comes out in beta by the end of January. Hurry up, Jonathan. But it has the same type of flexible membership durations, levels, and pricing that we're used to in the old club system, but it uses all next generation components. So the websites can be beautiful, the email can be beautiful, donations, questions, store, all that stuff is the new stuff. What's going to be really nice for a lot of people, has been a frequently asked feature, is automated renewals with saved credit cards. We're also borrowing something that we developed in the TicketSignup product to make it a lot lighter weight. So you don't have to create a full account on RunSignup to actually become a member. So you don't have to enter a password. And the way that you're able to get in and edit your membership and look at details of your membership is basically by entering your email or some member information like your name and member number, and we'll actually send you an email that you can click on, and then you're kind of logged in virtually. We'll have cross discount promotion capability for members with tickets as well as with races. So this will be great for, you know, like if you have a nonprofit organization that puts on events, you can give your members a discount. And we think that membership can possibly be a new offering that a lot of nonprofits take advantage of. So we're really excited about all this stuff, and it's we can't wait for it to get out for people to actually use. So let's switch over to talk about the roadmap for RunSignup. So, you know, race day technology, we invest about 25% of our development resources in building event day technology. And we've got a bunch of new stuff coming out in 2024 planned. So one of them is series scoring. This again is something that we've had for maybe a decade or so. But it's going to get a total refresh and built from the bottom up. So there'll be new features inside of race day scoring to be able to kind of come up with custom sets of points depending upon whatever complexity of algorithm that you want to have. Uploading those points into RunSignup, there'll be new dashboards in RunSignup, a refresh on how the leaderboards look and things like that. We're really excited about that one. With the new race day scoring version 4, part of the enhancement of that was basically to enable real-time streaming of the data underneath the covers. And we're going to leverage our RaceJoy infrastructure to be able to expose that more widely. And that will have a lot of different application usage and things like that. Within the RaceJoy app, you'll be able to get your notifications from the timing equipment and placing and scoring and real data. So it's going to be very interesting type of technology and progress that we make on that. The timer dashboard is also going to get a lot of refresh and attention this year. So if you're a master timer that has, maybe 5 different timing crews out there, you'll be able to monitor in real time the progress of all the races. So it'll be really quite nice. Race day scoring gets a new version of the report builder. Race Result is one of the big hardware vendors for timing hardware, and we're doing an integration with their scoring software. So we're keeping an open kind of strategy with scoring. So we're not forcing people to use race day scoring or anything. We're going to do an integration with race day scoring to MyLapse coming out with new cloud middleware. We're going to make it easy to post results to Athlinks right from race day scoring. Race day scoring is going to get improved cross-country and lap race capabilities. We're going to improve the relay teams capability. The mobile timing app and the race day check-in app, as always, will get lots of incremental improvements during the year. On the platform side, kind of the really big thing is bringing in website V2. It's really just a step function, maybe 2 step functions above where the current website capability is, which is actually pretty good. You can bring your own domain and we'll host it for you for free, but this really gives you a much more intuitive type of layout and content creation and utilizing components, a mixture of content components as well as data components that are coming from your database, like gold meters and so forth. We're going to be doing a refresh on the invoicing system, and kind of along with that, we're going to be introducing ACH. So instead of paying with a credit card, people will be able to put in their routing number and bank account information. We're going to make this available for any transactions over $1,000. That's where it's usually kind of seen. So that will be a nice new addition. The store capability that we built in tickets, we're going to bring that over. There's kind of 2 big features there. One feature is you can have multiple variants. So you can have a color shirt as well as the size of the shirt, and it's a single item. The other big feature is that there's a warehouse capability behind it. So you'd be able to have items in your warehouse that are shared across multiple ticket and endurance events. Multi-language, as Allison noted, this is really for 2 purposes. One is that there's an increasing number of Spanish-speaking people in the United States, and so it just makes races friendlier to that community. And then kind of the plan, probably in 2025. I don't think we're going to make it in 2024. Is to enter into the Canadian market. We have a lot of people that would like us to come to Canada, and then if that proves successful, then we may move to other geographies as well over time. We don't want to overreach on that, and we don't want to kind of slow ourselves down by doing too much or anything like that. We need to be efficient in how we expand, and because we're employee owned, we can take our time in doing that. And of course, we'll be doing lots of infrastructure, kind of behind the scenes work that you all really don't care about, but is the reason why we haven't been down since 2015, except for 4 minutes.
GiveSignup product roadmap. I think GiveSignup fundraising customers are just going to benefit from a lot of our product plans that we have planned for both our website V2 as well as our email, and I wanted to kind of mention that. So we're talking about bringing email V2 into the email sending capabilities that fundraisers have and making that upgraded, streamlined, really powerful tool for fundraisers to raise more money and engage with their teams. With websites, the thing I wanted to highlight is we are going to be adding additional components, kind of like the event list today that rolls up a calendar of your upcoming events as well as your past events across the system. We're going to introduce the same thing for the donation goal thermometer. So being able to show the total amount of donations that you've raised across the different events that you have on our platform. So those are just two of the really powerful ways that nonprofits are really going to be able to leverage email and websites coming later this year. We're also going to build a number of features that are specific to peer-to-peer fundraising and donation. So two of these features are actually live on production now. One is umbrella teams. There's a little bit of cleaning up that's going around with them, so I haven't written a blog about them yet. I will in the coming weeks. Umbrella teams go across your fundraising teams. So for example, let's say you've got JP Morgan is participating as fundraisers, and there's different teams like marketing and sales and investment banking, whatever. Those fundraising teams can each have their own team pages, and then there can be an umbrella JP Morgan team. I don't know why I did JP Morgan and not RunSignup, but yeah.
Well, hopefully JP Morgan uses us in a whole bunch of peer-to-peer events.
They do today.
And process like billions of dollars on us.
They do.
Yeah.
And then the other feature that is live that's really cool is we have new fundraiser badges that you can add based on participant responses to custom questions. So one of those examples is you can feature a special badge for people that are living survivors. Or veterans, or if you have a dog walk like this photo, you can feature a little dog badge or a cat badge based on what type of pet people have.
Cats for us.
Fundraiser incentives are where people commit to raising a certain amount of money when they're setting up their fundraising page. And then on the next step, what we're going to allow nonprofits to feature is incentives. So this is, do you want to upgrade and raise more money than what you've previously committed to? And this is what you're going to get as a result. And we're going to do some cool stuff to tie that into actually logging, choices around those incentives. Donation e-cards, we've actually added this in some other places in our platform. We're going to be bringing it over to registration. You're going to have the option to enable this functionality, and it'll be available when people are making a donation, and they'll be able to automate an email with a custom image or one of our default images to the person they want to honor with their donation. So if I were making a donation to the dog jog, I would, make it in honor of my sister and send her a little e-card to let her know that I made this donation for her. We're also going to be taking on incremental improvements throughout the year. We've done this in past years. This is driven both by platform-wide improvements that everyone is asking for, as well as what large customers are asking for, and that benefit every single customer. The other big piece that we're working on is onboarding improvements. So when you set up donations and tickets, we default some information there like donation levels. We just make sure that your donation page looks nice. And we're going to bring those same defaults over to races. We think that'll help people earn more money. We're also going to streamline that add a donation checkbox to the checkout page. Ticket signup product roadmap. Oh, this is such a cool event that used us for tickets. This is the duck race in Richmond, Virginia, and they dump a bunch of ducks and they race in the river. So I love that picture.
Basically you buy tickets, you buy each duck costs $1.
Yeah,
Buck a duck.
It's a cool way to use the platform. So on ticket signup, this past year, what we learned really quickly with our ticket platform is that we are a really good fit for multi-day time-ticketed events. And those are basically events that have really complex setups and have problems that need to be solved. And that's what we're good at doing. We're good at solving events problems. And what we have a good solution today, but we felt that, for the long term, we needed to really have a next generation version of handling time ticketing. And so what we worked on in the past year was a patent pending, highly efficient database that lets you set up dates, time slots, and ticket types, and be able to edit information around those. So being able to set pricing based on general and VIP, and the pricing at 10 p.m. is going to increase by $5, and the tickets are going to stay on sale until 10 minutes after the time slot begins. So just a lot of rules, and being able to handle all that really efficiently behind the scenes. The other thing that it introduces is a calendar UI, both on the purchase path, which you can see an example event there, but also on the dashboard, and being able to make edits to pricing and caps, as well as view report type of information like number of tickets sold, number of store items sold, in calendar-driven interfaces. In addition to this really big ticketing platform that we're continuing to just improve on, we have some additional ticket management options coming. One of those is being able to add store items to an existing purchase, and the other is being able to transfer tickets to a friend. And like I said earlier, Ticket app is one of the most popular ticket features. Just events being confident and being able to actually scan and check in tickets that they sold is key to how these events function. And people really like our solution. Like, everyone uses it, it works well. And what we're going to focus on introducing in 2024 are even more ticket management capabilities within that app. We have that in the race day check-in app today, and we want to bring things over, like being able to change your event, edit information about your ticket, things like that into that app. And a lot more things in addition to all the things that we already said.
So this is the wrap-up slide. Type your questions in, and then Johanna will ask us the questions here in a couple minutes. One of the things that's nice about doing business with RunSignup, sitting in your shoes, is that you've got a viable kind of steady partner, here to work with. That we're gonna keep producing more and more software all the time. We've got very strong price performance, and that allows us in each of our 3 markets to kind of know that we're going to do well, because there's a set of customers in each of those markets that cares about technology, that cares about the functionality, that cares about the pricing. So that allows us to have a great deal of stability and growth. The other thing that we're really happy about is that we've created a company that is highly efficient, meaning that we can continue to put more and more software out there. The amount of software that we release in the future is going to be greater. We're going to gain momentum each year because of the way that we've kind of set ourselves up. And we're actually, extraordinarily efficient in terms of serving customers. Like that investment we made this past year of updating 290 support articles helps our customers, and it helps us be more efficient. So that's good. And I feel like we've got this virtuous cycle that's going on with our customers now, where our customers are happy. They're giving us ideas for things that can improve their lives. We're doing well as a business and as a technology provider to kind of turn those around and keep improving our offering to customers, which makes their events better. It allows them to grow more, which allows us to grow more. And then our customers are really nice to us. They recommend us to other non-customers, who then become more customers of ours. And what that does is it kind of feeds all the legs of the 3-legged stool, so that we're able to pay our employees well and provide them good benefits. And then they keep working hard and provide really good software and support back to our customer base. We just feel really, really lucky I think everybody in our company just feels lucky to be able to serve the customers that we do. We have such great customers, and I think we feel lucky that we're able to earn a living doing stuff that's really fun and really helps a lot of people. And the people that we help are pretty nice people too. So thank you all for everything that you do for us. With that, Johanna, do we have questions?
Do have questions. If you still have some, feel free to keep adding them in. I will keep updating as we go through. To start with, on email, with MailChimp, we can verify a target email that was sent to a particular email and if they opened it. Will Email V2 have a similar feature in the future?
Probably at some point in time. That's not a critical success factor to us. And part of the reason is that you have to think about what's the value of that customer and that knowledge, and what impact does it have if a customer opens an email or not. We understand email marketing. We understand that, people that open it, you might be able to send them more emails, and you want to have fewer emails going out to people that don't open it enough. Most of our customers are not that sophisticated. If you're that sophisticated, then maybe it does make sense to continue to use MailChimp. So it's we're not saying that we're going to be the best email platform, but if your emails need to include data like bib number or price increase or things like that,
or if you need to cut costs,
or if cost is a concern to your organization, then we have a very, very viable option. We're just trying to kind of improve the the tools that our customers can use as part of our platform to grow their events.
Yeah, I think a lot of the features that we want to prioritize in 2024 are very much event driven. That help to solve event problems and help to get more registrations or tickets sold based on events.
Yeah. So I think we'll eventually do more on that side, but it's not a priority.
I think we have a blog we can include that somewhat covers this, but any suggestions on getting emails not to be sent to spam boxes?
Make good emails and don't overload customers and things like that.
We've spent, and by we I mean like we literally just stood there while Stephen and Ryan did a lot of really complicated stuff.
But we stood there.
We stood there for like 8 hours one day. But like our team has done so much to make sure that emails get delivered into inboxes.
So I know
Yeah.
we ourselves, RunSignup, we used to use a very high level email system called Marketo, which had all those types of capabilities. When we switched to our own platform, our deliverability rates actually went up. So we feel pretty good about our system. And as it comes to your email habits, just don't.
I think one of the other things that we built with Email V2 is the ability to label emails as either transactional or marketing. And so you want to kind of keep those organized. So if you're sending a ton of promotional emails, keep those under marketing. If people unsubscribe from that, they can still receive transaction emails that are related to their participation information in an event. So we added that additional layer to give you even more control over those deliverability and like spam report rates.
Great. Will we be able to manage and edit the image library in V2 this year? I have several events where it would be good to self-manage that section across races.
Yeah, the image gallery enables you to upload your own images. It allows you to edit those images, and those images are available to all of the events that that you have access to.
We're definitely going to be adding a delete capability. We do have plans to add additional like folder and category management. Whether that gets done this year or we prioritize some other features. Once we get Websites v2 out to the public, I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of requests around features. And we also have multi-language that we want to get to. So it'll kind of be figuring out what's going to add the most value.
It is pretty powerful today. You're able to have multiple folders of your own and, and things like that.
And WordPress.
Yeah, it's very similar to WordPress, except that all those images are available both in your website and in your email.
Right. Does RunSignup integrate with Salesforce, or are there plans to do this in the future?
Yeah, that's that Zapier integration that we were talking about. So we actually have a number of customers integrated with Salesforce and Donor Drive and Donor Perfect and Blackbaud and just an increasing number. Some customers are even using Zapier for their MailChimp integration. We have a MailChimp integration as part of our platform, but yeah, check out our website did a major improvements over the course of the past year as well. If you just hit that search button and type for integration, you'll be able to go to a page that provides you links to all these opportunities. And there's a ton of information. There's webinars and drill down and stuff like that. And then our partner sidekick, if you need help, you can basically, they're pretty low cost too. And it makes a whole lot of sense if you're like at least you know, kind of a mid-sized type of an organization. But yeah, like donation, integration, registrations, you know, all that stuff is flowing over. Ticket stuff, it's all flowing over.
Can you speak about the major differences between GiveSignup and TicketSignup and how we should know what's best for our event? We've historically used Eventbrite for it.
Yeah, so GiveSignup is going to be best if you have peer-to-peer fundraising and typically for endurance events. So if it's a walk, if it's a cycling event, it happens over a day or like a couple days, that you're going to use GiveSignup because you can allow people to set up their fundraising pages and collect donations that way. Has a ton of features. People are registering for that. If you've got any downstream things like you want timing involved or you want photos, like things like that that are tied to individuals, you're going to want to use GiveSignup. For TicketSignup, we find that works best for lighter weight type of events. We've had nonprofits use it for golf tournaments, for dinners, concert series, and people will buy tickets, they can make a donation, but they are not setting up fundraising pages. So that's kind of the big difference.
If you're using Eventbrite, you should use TicketSignup. And if you know anybody that uses Eventbrite, you should tell them to use TicketSignup because it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot better.
Yeah, and I will say for Eventbrite users using nonprofits using Eventbrite, we actually charge just the flat 4% processing fee on donations, whereas Eventbrite treats it as a ticket type. So you can actually effectively raise a lot more money. We've got streamlined integrated donations and everything. It's nice.
With Websites v2, will you have any specific trainings when that comes out?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There will be a truckload of stuff coming out.
I don't think there's an answer to this, and I did try in writing, but I think we'll get Bob's thoughts anyways. Of races which are offering new insurance, what is the % of participants who are purchasing it?
I don't have good data for you on that.
I think it's highly variable based on the event type.
Yeah.
So like for a higher priced.
We've got some individual races and they're, you know, like say a marathon or half marathon. So it's significant price or it's, you know, kind of farther out in the future.
My friends and I, we all signed up for vacation races for Glacier Half Marathon, which is happening at the end of June. That's like a half marathon in Glacier Park. It's like at altitude and elevation and stuff. I think everyone added on insurance just in case something happens and like we're not able to make it. So
Yeah, but at the high end, you'll see as much as 20% participation.
yeah, exactly.
At the low end, like I turned it on for the turkey trot here in Morristown, and it had about 1,300 people sign up, and one person bought it.
It's a $10 untimed
It's a
turkey trot.
$10 turkey trot, by the way. But one person bought insurance for $10
really funny.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, it is kind of funny. So it's somewhere in that range.
1% to 20%.
Will there be a Shopify integration with the next generation store?
No. Yeah, we had a Shopify integration, and they kept changing their API and breaking it, and so I just don't trust Shopify integration, to be honest. So,
do you have a time frame for next gen membership general availability?
Well, Jonathan sent an email during this call. He says, I'm at a pretty good spot. And he's talking with Stephen. So
yeah, I think beta will be, kind of by the end of January. I feel pretty good about that. And then general availability, I don't know. I'd say early March would be a good guess. One of the big pieces that we have to get done is import. For existing clubs, it's going to be really easy to move over. You'll have to recreate your website content, and you'll have to recreate your questions, but those are relatively minor for most running clubs. So it'll be a really smooth migration, and you'll be so happy on the new platform.
Sticking with memberships, will there be an attendance or check-in feature available with the new membership platform?
So, memberships are going to get integrated into the check-in app and the ticket app, and so you'll be able to utilize those to check in. But they need to check into something. So the idea would be that you would create either a ticket event or a race event, and have people check into that event. But basically they'll be able to, and then, memberships will have an Apple Wallet ID. And so you'll just bring up your membership Apple Wallet. So if you're like in a summer, series where every Wednesday night you go and you run 3 miles or something like that, it'll be super easy for people.
I think with like the concept of you get a membership and you get like a season pass or something with unlimited uses or limited uses, that kind of comes with the integration with TicketSignup. Again, you have like an actual thing that you're checking into, but
that's actually a good idea, the season pass one. So this was like for swimming pools in the summer, so you could count how many times somebody used it. And so, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. We have too many features, Allison. Yeah. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, you're lucky.
I think that is it. There's a couple that are pretty specific, so we'll do some follow-ups on those after. But I think that looks like all we have in for now.
Great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Psst. Psst. Brian said to like and subscribe.